That is, they'll race 4 laps, coming around to complete lap number 1. The Mini Stock Owners Association Mini Stocks. Car number 1 is second. That's driven by Donnie Miller. Car 64 is third. That's George South. South trying to work to the inside on the backstretch. He'll do it again halfway this time. George South with now position underneath Miller. South is second, and he sets his sights on the leader, Tim Anderson. A white flag in starter Jim Paul's hands. They'll get it this time. Now South is sideways in 4. He collects it, but meantime, Terry Flora moves alongside. Make that Eddie Flora. I'm sorry, Eddie Flora in 45. They won't catch Anderson tonight. In car number 11, your winner will be Tim Anderson. Second was too close for me to call. I'll have to check. I thought, well, I don't know. Hang on 1 second. Okay, yep, we checked with the official scores. They said they didn't have a clue who finished second. No, I'm kidding. Eddie Flora was second. Third was car number 11, Tim Anderson. And your fourth place finisher, car number 1, Donnie Miller. I already said, we already got a 47. I don't know. I'm having a heck of a time here. Bear with me here. I have to get the names here and get back with you. Okay, we're going to have to get a name on that. I'm usually less prepared than this. I mean, more prepared than this, but here we go. We're going to try to run this thing. We'll get back with you with the rest of the names. I apologize for not having all of them. We didn't get all of them from the organization. Car 07. I know who that is. That's Ike in the lead. In car 07, Ron Ike. Second is a race between Don Ike and outside in car 22, Claude Reffett. One lap in the record books. Still Don Ike, your leader. Claude Reffett now challenging on the outside in 22. By the way, that car 37 back there in the 6th spot, that is Jim Wyman, by the way. Jim Wyman in 37. Now Ike sideways in turn 4, but he collects it, and Claude Reffett takes over. Three laps now complete. Oh, and we got a new leader on the backstretch. It's Brent Robertson. Claude Reffett now second. Ron Ike is third, and we got a spin. Car 39 in turn number 4. And a yellow flag as car 39 sits sideways in turn number 4. See, our 8-lap heat races, by the by, and we've got the name on 98. Don Eaton in 98. Claude Reffett, your leader in 22. Car 47 with some sort of problem on that vehicle. Slows, that's Barry Lease. Cut across in the infield there, Barry. Your leaders back to the front stretch. It's still Claude Reffett holding on. Second is Brent Robertson. And there's a good race as Robertson moves to the inside of Reffitt. They'll complete lap number 5 this time around. Robertson now the leader. Reffitt is second. Third, with a good race, looks like it's going to be car 37 Jim Wyman. Wyman is third. Fourth will be Don Ike as they come around to complete lap number 6. Robertson, your leader, down the backstretch. He'll accept the white flag this time by, signifying one remaining lap. Reffitt now second. Third is Wyman. Fourth is Ike. And fifth is Ike. Don and Ron Ike in fourth and fifth position respectively. Your leader and winner of heat race number 1 will be Brent Robertson. Second goes to Claude Reffitt. Third in car 37, Jim Wyman. Fourth, Don Ike. Fifth is Ron Ike. Sixth goes to car 42. And I don't have a name handy on 42, so we'll have to check on that name. So heat race number 1 now complete.
Gentlemen, do you know where the lineup sheets are?
In the second and final heat race in the mini stock division. On the pole in car number 9, it's Kevin Cradler. Alongside in car 21, that is Jerry Winget. Second row in number 87, Tim Stratman. And alongside in car number 63, Jim Crabtree. Row number 3 consists of Carol Hargis in car number 70 and Dale Morris in 0. Then in the fourth row, car number 24, that's Larry McNeese. And alongside of old Larry, that's Pat Turner in 61, one of the female competitors. Another female in car number 16, that's Kim Young King. And alongside in car number 12, Gary Estes. And finally, the last row, car 82. Not sure, have to work on that one. And car number 2, Keith Peterson. Keith Peterson in number 2. 8 racing laps. Car 9, your leader, that's Kevin Cradler. One lap down. Car 24 on the move. That's Larry McNeese. And now Cradler with some sort of misfire on that car. And they won't make it through turn 3. Hello. A yellow flag. Car number 2, Keith Peterson, spun over in turn number 3. Okay, one lap completed. Your leader is Tim Stratman. Second place, car 63, that's Jim Crabtree. In third, in car number 70, let's see, that'll be Carol Hargis.
Where was 0 the previous lap?
Second is Jim Crabtree. 70 is Carol Hargis. 0 is Dale Morris. 16, Kim Young. And so on and so forth. One lap in the record book. 7 laps remain in this 8-lap second heat race for the mini stock division. Stratman, your leader. Carol Hargis pulls outside of Crabtree on the front stretch. Hargis now in 70, challenges Crabtree for that second spot. Third is Dale Morris, or make that fourth Dale Morris. And now Carol Hargis, your new leader. Tim Stratman second. Halfway, 4 laps down. Rick Mannion now second in car number 82. Stratman is third. Still Carol Hargis, the leader. Stratman being pressured by car number 2, Keith Peterson, for that third spot. They'll complete lap number 6 this time around. And Peterson now goes third. Your second place car closes in on the leader, Hargis. It's Mannion in second. Peterson third. White flag. 1 lap remains. Slips inside of Hargis, coming off the second turn. And it'll be close at the stripe. Your winner, Rick Mannion. Second is Carol Hargis. Third goes to Keith Peterson. And finishing fourth is Gary Estes. So last lap pass of the leader, Carol Hargis, brings Rick Mannion home the winner. .817, it's Bussy Blackford. And on the tail, car number 21, your fast qualifier, defending track champion, 14.748. It's John Vallow, your fast qualifier. 4 cars, 4 laps. They're going to green this time. And a false start as Ronnie Otto has a flat tire coming off the 4th turn. That 4 laps, 4-lap dash, your fastest 3 cars. We'll try to get a start the next time around. The new lineup, Bob Edwards, Bussy Blackford, and John Vallow. Edwards with the advantage down the front stretch. Blackford struggles back through turns 1 and 2. Now Blackford tries to move alongside the blue number 7 of Edwards. And the leader is Bussy Blackford from New Lebanon. 1 lap complete. Vallow will be next. He'll try his hand at Edwards. Halfway this time. The showdown is set. It's a Miamisburg, Ohio native, John Vallow, with his sights on New Lebanon native Bussy Blackford. White flag this time. Blackford holds on to that narrow margin. Vallow coming on the outside. Door to door down the backstretch. Through turns 3 and 4. Vallow on the outside. Blackford on the inside. Your winner, John Vallow. Second to a tire smoking Bussy Blackford off that 4th turn. And third, Bobby Edwards. in car number 45, it's Don Johnson. Alongside in car number 12, Denny Dean. The second row consists of car number 4, Larry Harris, and flanking him in car 77 from Loveland, Ohio, Paul Sheffer. Car number 2, Gary Estes, is next in car number 2. I already said that. Alongside car 70, Joe Hill from Germantown, Ohio. Row number 4 from Columbus, Greg Markham. And outside from Xenia, car 91, Scott Drake. The next row in car 49, it's Ed Duncan. And car number 10, Bill Cantley. One lap will be underway the next time by. Saturday Night Live racing at Columbus Motor Speedway.
Again, sportsman competitors will draw Phil for your version.
10 racing laps. Johnson and Dean lead the field around. 10 laps to go. Denny Dean, the leader in car number 12. Johnson is second. They traverse the backstretch of lap number 1. Dean will lead the first circuit. Still Denny Dean. Now Paul Sheffer moves around the black 45. Sheffer from Loveland, Ohio, takes over second. Denny Dean, Paul Sheffer, now Larry Harris from New Carlisle runs third. 3 laps this time around. 3 laps complete. Harris tries to move underneath Sheffer. And we're going to have a breakout yellow. And I'll explain that situation. Let me explain the breakout. These gentlemen come out and qualify in 1-lap qualifications earlier in the evening. They try to do the best they can, and they are allowed to run in the racing condition 0.15 of a second faster than their qualification. Paul Sheffer is the new leader. Larry Harris second, Joe Hill third, and Don Johnson fourth. Larry Harris tries the high groove. He'll test Sheffer through turns 3 and 4. It's Sheffer, Harris, Hill, and Johnson. They'll be halfway. The cross flags from the starter signifying halfway this time by. And now Joe Hill in 70 from Germantown challenges Harris for that second spot. Swap some paint through the second turn. Now Joe Hill with advantage through turns 3 and 4. A real log jam back there at for that 4th spot. Harris now tries to move inside of Hill. Can't quite get it done. He backs out. And Greg Markham now takes over the 4th spot. Markham in 23 is 4th. The white flag the next time by for Paul Sheffer. He still holds on to that narrow margin of a lead. Running turn 4, your winner will be Paul Sheffer in 77. Joe Hill second. Larry Harris third. Fourth will be Greg Markham. And fifth goes to Ed Duncan. The top four. So these are the faster cars of the two heat races. On the pole in car 0, that's Dave Dorshuk. Dorshuk in 0. Alongside from Centerville, it's Carlton Smith. Row number 2, a track champion, previous track champion, car number 1, Terry Humphrey. And outside, a guy who has tested the Busch Grand National waters already this year, has been running a little bit down south. Car 67, that's Pat Jones. The third row, car number 5 from New Carlisle, Ohio, a second generation driver, Dick Dunleavy Jr., and flanking him in car 36, Randy Van Zandt. The next row, car 61, it's Mike Ward from Mechanicsburg, and another track champion outside of him in car number 3, that is Don Wetnall. The final row, a 5-time track champion, Robbie Dean in 94, and from Pickerington, Ohio, car 83, Lonnie Rush. 10 racing laps. Car 0, an all Chrysler product, is your leader. That's Dave Dorshuk. Dorshuk the leader. Humphrey is second. Out of this 10-lap heat race in the record books. Dorshuk with a big advantage in the East Side Nursery, car number 0, Chrysler LeBaron. Now Don Wetnall moves around Terry Humphrey. Wetnall will take over second, set his sights on the leader, Dorshuk. Wetnall looks to be closing the gap. They'll be halfway. Cross flags this way. Halfway. Now Lonnie Rush looks to be the next guy to try his way around Humphrey. Meantime, there's a race to the front as Wetnall ducks beneath Dorshuk for the lead. And now Lonnie Rush takes over that third spot on the backstretch. Rush is third. Wetnall your leader. Lonnie Rush all the way from last place is third. White flag this time as Robbie Dean muscles his way inside of Humphrey for fourth. White flag. Your leader rounds turn 4, and the winner will be Don Wetnall in 3. Second goes to Dorshuk. Third is Rush. Fourth, Robbie Dean, and fifth, Randy Van Zandt. Your fourth fast qualifier with a time of 16.526. It's Zero Hill in 0. Alongside in car 33, the guy who by the way, Zero did win the feature a week ago here at the Speedway in this division. And another feature winner, this one from Kilcare, sits alongside Kilcare last night. The feature winner in car number 33, that's Carl Stapleton with a 16.465. Second row in car number 98 from Powell, Ohio, qualified at a 16.415. It's Mike Rush, your second fast qualifier. And alongside in car number 12 from Columbus, your fast qualifier and current track record holder. His time tonight was a 16.410. It's Don Renner, and by the way, we do understand this car is for sale. He is going to move up to the late model division. So Renner's car is for sale. 4 cars, 4 laps. Okay, Zero Hill, your leader. Carl Stapleton is second. Mike Rush third in car number 98. They're going 4 laps. Still Zero Hill the leader. 98 is Mike Rush. He's now second. He'll set his sights on the leader. Halfway the cross flags this time by. 2 laps down. Zero Hill in one of those cars here tonight. Not very many of them. It's all Ford, a Ford engine in that car. Many of the cars run different body styles, but most of them run Chevrolet engines or a General Motors engine anyway. Zero is running a Ford. And he's driving away from the rest of the field. Last lap. Your winner of the Trophy Dash will be Don Hill Jr., Zero Hill. Mike Rush goes second. Third goes to Don Renner. And fourth, Carl Stapleton. On the pole in car number 3, it's Ron Holbein. And alongside Ron in 71, Larry Peterson. Second row in car number 9, that's Jim Cruz. And outside of Jim, from Blacklick, Ohio, it's Charlie Osborne. The next row on the inside, car number 6, is Tony Sines. And outside of Tony in car number 7, Mike Cyrus. Then comes car 27, that's Terry Humphrey Jr., and car 77, Bob Bocook. Okay, 1 lap will be underway. Occasionally you'll notice the cars that fall back of the pack during a heat race, if they're a little unhappy with the qualifying time they had in qualifications, they can drop back and try to get another time. They might be concerned, for instance, about breaking out, so they'll drop back and we'll get another time on them during the heat race, and that way they'll make sure they don't break out. Okay, Ron Holbein, the leader in 3. Peterson on the outside in 71. These guys are racing 8 laps. Peterson now the leader. Larry Peterson, Charlie Osborne up to second. Now Osborne moves to the outside of Larry Peterson. Osborne on the outside in 02. They'll be halfway this time. Larry Peterson still the leader. Second is Charlie Osborne. Third, still Ron Holbein. Osborne continues to try that high groove on the outside of Peterson, but he hasn't been able to make it work. Now he'll move alongside through turns 3 and 4. A good race for the lead. Osborne again beside Peterson. White flag this time. And we got a spin. Tony Signs in car number 6 spins in the 4th turn. Two laps remain. Larry Peterson still the leader. Osborne immediately goes to the outside, but now he's going to have to contend with Jim Cruz. White flag. Checkered flag this time. Your winner will be Larry Peterson. Second is Charlie Osborne. Third, Jim Cruz. And finishing 4th in 77, Bob Bocook. We still have straight stock heat race action coming up. We're not sure where Russ Bob is going, but we'll have to get him slowed down a little bit. Russ, come on back, buddy. Okay, the lineup goes like this. On the pole in car 53, Russ Bob. And alongside in car number 25, Jim Kidd. The second row in car 55, that's John Strobel, and outside of him in car number 20, Mike Brown. In row number 3, car 74, that's Ken Sword. And car 29, Bob Justice. Next up, we've got car number 10, that's Robin Pennington, and car 31, Dennis Kelly, and finally, car 00, Dick Kelly. Racing laps. The leader is Russ Bob. Second now is Jim Kidd. 1 lap down. Mike Brown is third. And John Strobel fourth. And Mike Brown will try the high groove. He works on Kidd down the backstretch. 3 laps down this time around. Still Russ Bob, Jim Kidd, Mike Brown. They'll get the halfway signal this time by. Mike Brown works that high groove. Six laps down. A real race is shaping up here. White flag this time. They're door to door. 1 lap to go. It's Russ Bob on the inside, Mike Brown on the outside. Swapping paint through 3 and 4. It'll be a close one. Russ Bob, your winner by a nose. Second was Mike Brown. After that, I don't have a clue, but I'll let you know momentarily. Finishing third was John Strobel, and fourth, car 25, Jim Kidd. Well, I was told a mild stroke. I guess that was the diagnosis. He was in the hospital last Saturday night. He got out, and he's back out here racing. Car number 12, fourth fast qualifier with a time of 17.641. It's Don Parsons. Alongside car number 6, another past track champion here at the Speedway in the street stock division. His qualification run is 17.565. It's Bill Wellman. Row number 2 make that in car number 22 with a qualification run of 17.525. Second fast qualifier, Donald Parsons. And finally on the tail in car number 2, your fast qualifier, 17.361. It's Danny Brown. 4 cars, 4 laps, your fastest 4 street stockers. Will lead lap number 1. Don Parsons is second. Now Parsons fights back on the inside. Halfway this time. It's Don Parsons, Bill Wellman. Too close to call for 4th spot between Donald Parsons and Danny Brown. And now Brown, too hot into turn 3. He's sideways and slows. White flag. Don Parsons is the leader. And what a way to come back. Let's hear it. Your winner, Don Parsons. Wellman is second. Third is Donald Parsons, and fourth, Danny Brown. In 87, 39 is Ron Mangus. Marty Wallet is in 71, and outside of him, Rick Rodewalt. Then comes number 35, and I had that name here somewhere. Bear with me. You ought to see this place up here. What a disaster. Here's his name. Sorry about that, buddy. Tom Eitel, and nobody's corrected me yet, so I'm assuming. Oh, Idle. Now we're hearing Tom Idle, and finally. On the outside, car number 28. I know I got that name here somewhere too. Oh, what a night here at the races. Scott Lozan, L-O-Z-A-N. Scott Lozan in 28. 8 racing laps, the first heat race for the street stocks. Marty Wallet and Ron Mangus with trouble over in turn number 2. Your leader is Mike Taylor. Jerry Rayner is now your leader. Oh, it's close. Rayner on the inside in 7. Taylor on the outside in 23. Randall Borman splits the middle. Storm and Borman on the way to the front. Now Borman is the leader. Borman is the leader. Number 87, I think Rodewald is second in 11. Third is Mike Taylor in 23. Hang on to her, Mike. Oh, almost missed her concrete. Halfway that time by. Randall Borman, Rick Rodewald. A good race for that third spot. Now Mike Taylor scares me, and I'm fearless, trying the outside around Jerry Rayner. The leader in 87. He comes up to lap car 39, Ron Mangus. Mangus had an encounter earlier in the event, so he is hang on, and we got a spin and a safe for 28. That's Lozan in 28, Scott Lozan. White flag for Borman in 87. Lozan back underway in a cloud of dust. Rodewald closing in 11. Again, Mangus is almost a full lap down. The leader is Borman, and Randall Borman in 87 is the winner. Car 11, Rick Rodewald is second. Third is Mike Taylor. And finishing fourth, Scott Lozan in car number 7.
Is
By the way, 28 is A.J. Riley. He was the one that was safe here, not Scott Lozan, as I was alluding to earlier. You'll want to hang on to your adult general mission ticket, your ticket stub, your rain check stub, because we'll be calling off the numbers, the winners, for all the M&R Body Shop prizes off those ticket numbers. So hang on to them. We'll be calling those off at intermission. The lineup for the second heat race in the straight stock division. Long night. Here we go. Car 69, Clyde Trowbridge, and outside in 90, Eric Nachman. Second row, Don Townsend Jr. in 77, and Craig Osborne in 63. In row number 3, car 27 is Dave Dysinger. And car 66, we understand a happy birthday goes out to car 66. His 24th birthday tonight, Paul Baker Jr. The inside of the fourth row, car 04, that's Buddy Townsend. And outside the double four, that will be driven this evening by Joe DeFelice. Then we have Gary Carter in 26, Mike Hamilton in 24, and then comes car number 3, Butch McAllister. 8 racing laps for the street stocks. Gary Carter, turns around Buddy Townsend on the backstretch. Gary got on and didn't let off. He'll be disqualified. Carter is disqualified for spinning Buddy Townsend on the backstretch. Meantime, back at the front, oh my goodness, 3 abreast down the backstretch. Townsend is the leader. Osborne is second. Now they're going door to door, 3 wide again, as Paul Baker Jr. moves underneath Trowbridge to take over third. 2 laps in the record books. It's still Townsend, Osborne, Baker, and Trowbridge, with Nachman knocking on the door. Now Baker in a rush through the second turn. He'll go outside of Osborne. Halfway this time around, Craig Osborne sideways keeps it under control, but Baker is checking out. He'll now go to second and set his sights on Don Townsend Jr. Paul Baker Jr., the new leader in 66. Townsend is second. Osborne third. Now Joe DeFelice up to fourth. No doubt about it, Baker is checking out big time. Osborne still within earshot range of Townsend. DeFelice now trying to close on the duo running for that second spot. White flag for Baker. Your leader is down the backstretch. And a happy birthday to your heat race winner, car 66, Paul Baker Jr. Don Townsend is second, Osborne third, fourth goes to DeFelice, and in fifth, Dave Dysinger. It's halftime. And a partial score, Harvard 6.
Hey, we gonna do Whitney Houston again?